Dear viewers, welcome to this YouTube channel. In this chapter, I will continue my story in my two masters from the previous chapter. The second master. He is a native of Samut-Sakhon province. He used to be a teacher but resigned to pursue business. He has now passed away. After I moved from Fishit province to work in Yasathan province for 3 years and then Lopburi province for another 2.5 years, I didn't have any chance to study astrology from anyone during that time. Later, when I moved to Samut-Sakhon province, I met my second master who came to contact with government agency there. We had many conversations about Thai astrology. This master had also studied Thai astrology for many decades and used the principles in the general textbooks but had his own principles that differed from my previous master. He provided knowledge and ideas that were different and important, which I have used in my own principles with the follows. 1. The relocation of ASC. Importantly, ASC need to be justified every time to ensure it is correct and in line with the character of the native. If ASC is justified and found to be incorrect, then the method of relocation of ASC must be used by moving forward or backward one zodiac sign. If the predicted zodiac sign matches the character, then ASC on that sign should be used. Relocating ASC is done by changing the birth time, not by arbitrarily move ASC forward or backward because it may result in changes in the position of planets or tonu said. Even if the actual birth time is precisely known, this method must be used. I believe that the relocation of ASC is a good principle and an important point that is necessary and very important. It solves many problems including. It provides starting point for chart reading on character and distinctive features of the native, and to predict other issues accurately without the use of exceptions, example criteria, Pintubat Galakini, Dej, Shri, etc. It can solve a problem with twin births, which used to be a weakness of Thai astrology that could not explain the difference in the birth chart of twins born within a few minutes, previously 20 to 30 minutes, but now only 2 to 5 minutes due to caesarean section. It is not necessary to use the system of subtracting birth time according to birthplace of the native. This system links to the location within Thailand, specifically Kongkayam district in Ubon Ratchathani province, the easternmost point of Thailand, which receives sunlight first in the country. For example, with a person born in Bangkok, when casting and locating ASC for his birth chart, an astrologer will need to subtract 18 minutes from his birth time, because Bangkok receives sunlight 18 minutes later than in Kongkayam, according to the different meridians. If someone is born in Myanmar, India, United States, an astrologer will need to keep subtracting more and more time. Finally, some person born in the US at noon might have to use nighttime to cast his birth chart. In this regard, the Association of Astrologers of Thailand previously held a large meeting and passed a resolution more than 50 years ago during the reign of King Rama IX that there was no need to use the subtracting system, because it is impossible for someone to be born at noon and then subtract time until they become born at night. However, most astrologers still use the subtracting system as before. At present, most astrologers accept the method of relocating ASC, only in one special case which is twin births, moving by 2 zodiac signs. But for other cases, they do not accept this principle without knowing the reason. The use of relocating ASC and do not use the system of subtracting birth time according to the place of birth is a way to remove the condition that enforces the link with the location in Thailand. Therefore, the most appropriate way is to use the local time where the birth occurred. It is a flexible, practical and correct method which can be used in any. By this method, Thai astrology can be applied to all people in all location of the world and become international subject. 2. The meaning of planets. The second master provided a clear and different interpretation of planets, specifically their primary meanings including 2.1 The sun represents pride, holding high rank and status, enjoying formal ritual and order. The weak sun, fall, detriment, represents foolish and ignorant pride. He describes as pride in something that one doesn't have or shouldn't have. This is different meaning from the conventional principle saying that social rank is determined by the position of the sun. 2.2 Jupiter represents morality. The master expanded on this by saying that people born under Jupiter tend to be overly good, some may even get lost in their morality. Big businessmen who have a strong Jupiter and good interpersonal relationships often cannot compete with others in business because their high morals make them too trusting. Those who have weaker Jupiter can be better at business because they still have some morals left, but they can also be deceitful and cunning. The old textbook says that the phrase, pure intellectual is determined by Jupiter, is difficult to understand. It can be translated as intelligence in morality, or general intelligence, intelligence in education, or something else. No one has ever explained it clearly before. My horoscope chart has the fall Jupiter in trine to Asc, Tonu said. I asked my master whether I am stupid or something and received the aforementioned explanation. 2.3 Venus means for lust, not love nor desire. Strong Venus both in natal and transit chart will bring high lust. The old textbook says, desire and lust is determined by Venus, while some say, desire and treasury is determined by Venus. In terms of desire, it is unclear meaning with strong Venus. Whether Venus in exaltation mean how high of how good of desire. In terms of treasury, there is also no clear meaning because there is the second house to read about treasury. Some books define Venus as love. But the real meaning of love and the scope that defined by Venus remain unclear. In summary, to define Venus as lust is more apparent. Other meanings include beautiful things, arts, entertainment, imagination, etc. Please stay tuned for the upcoming episodes.